Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about Forbidden Island and do a playthrough of Forbidden Island. I know it is super late at night, but I'm trying to get this technically working really well, so I'm trying a very simple game. I know I promised on my guild on BGG to do XCOM next. I just posted there and said that's not going to happen for quite a while, if ever. I was just doing a dry run here with it, and it's just a huge nightmare to kind of control everything. And I'm still really getting used to this part of the video making process. So it's really tough to play XCOM anyway, and to try to play it like quadruple fisted, and and then also manage the cameras and all that kind of crazy stuff. It's just really hard to do. So I'm going to do a quick run here with the Forbidden Island. And you can see I've got it set up here as a skull. And so you got the two eyeballs, and there are some different maps you can get on BGG, and there's also the German version. That's where these maps are pulled from. So I thought something a little bit different there. And let's see, over here, this is going to take a second to come up. I've got the four different characters: the explorer, the diver, and the engineer, and the messenger. You can see those there. And then we can see I've already gone ahead here and dealt out some of these island cards. So we go back here to the main screen, we can see kind of all the stuff happening there. If you do jump in the chat, do say something, because I know probably one person might jump on here this late at night. So we've got some different things to happen here. I've got everything set up. You can see I've got the cool little Meeple source characters there. You can see the messenger there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just start playing through the turn. If you haven't played this game, well, there you go. But so we're going to jump over to this side, and the Explorer is going to go first. So we're going to take a look here at what the Explorer does, and they do this here. So they can move and or shore up diagonally. So they also, you can see there, have a fire treasure and a sandbag way up there at the top of the screen by the Forbidden Island box. So the green player is going to go first. They're here, and we can see here that this Cave of Shadows, which gives us the fire treasure, and which is, I've moved somewhere. Oh, I need to put that back up there. And then also this little kind of earth globe thing. So what I can do is I can take my 3 actions. We can see we're playing here on normal. There's only going to be 2 water cards per turn. And so he's going to move up here diagonally, and then he's going to go ahead and shore up these 2 tiles. We'll just do that. These are important tiles because they have treasures on them, and we don't want those to sink, or else we might lose the game if we lose all of those. So that is the Explorer action there. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw 2 cards from this deck here. So we'll go back over here. And so they're going to get, let's see, a lion treasure and another lion treasure. So that's good. Now we can see the red player down here has a lion treasure as well. Now we do have the messenger. So if we take a look at the messenger over here, we can see their special action is to give treasure cards to a player anywhere on the island. Normally you've got to be in the same spot as the other player. So there we go there. And now we're going to go back here, and we're going to flip, of course, 2 cards over. So we've got Misty Marsh, and we've also got the Cave of Embers. So we're going to go back out here. Misty Marsh, where's that one? That's up here. And then the Cave of Embers was the other red treasure, which is up here. So we'll go ahead and flip those. So that was the green player's turn. And again, they get to do the diagonal thing. So we're going to go back here. Here's the black player's turn. We'll go ahead and take their card, and we'll pull this back over here. So what does the black player get to do? They can move through 1 or more adjacent flooded and or missing tiles for 1 action. Now, interesting thing to note about this map, my understanding of the rules, these 2 spots here do not count as areas that the black player, the diver, can move through, because they don't exist. They aren't water. Just because it's empty on the table doesn't mean they're water. These are just insurmountable passageways or lava or something like that. So you can't move through there with the diver. Now the diver's down here in the iron gate in the corner. Now they can move through these spots here. Let's see here. Let's take a look, and let's see what we'll have them do. The diver here has the globe, and also the helicopter lets them get anywhere they want to get. So we're just going to have them trying to think what happened to do. I guess I could have him move here to the gold gate and then shore up both of those. It seems like an easy thing to do. Let's just do that because I tend to get screwed by early water rise cards in this game for some time. So we're going to do that. So the diver's done their turn, so they've moved and taken 2 actions to shore both of those up. And then we're going to go ahead and draw some cards here off the top. So we're going to go, what's the first card? The first card is going to be, oh, there's an ember. And then we're going to do this one here, and that is a globe. So that's their thing. Then we're going to go back here, and we're going to do the observatory and the Howling Gardens there. So we do the observatory. Where's that at? Oh, right next to me. And then the Howling Gardens is going to be up here in the corner. So there we go. And I'm just going to take a super quick break. And looks like it's showing me online, right? Oh, come on. Yep, alright, goodbye. So there we go, that's going to happen. And it's going to check, sorry. Okay, so enough checking for me. If you're in chat, I see Wrath of Chaos in chat, so give me a shout out if you're seeing everything okay, if it sounds okay. So I just did the diver's turn. Now I'm going to see over here, you can see the engineer's turn is going to happen, and the engineer does, for memory's sake, is shore up 2 tiles for 1 action. I love playing this. This guy's always fun. So he is here. You can see him starting at the bronze gate. And so he can shore up 2 tiles. Well, not really a whole lot of things to do. Now he does have, go back here. Thank you for saying that you hear me. And so he's got a little chalice there, and of course the lion. And if we look up there, the green player's got 2 lions if you look up there. And so he's got to try to get over to the green player. Alright, the green player's way up here, which he's actually really far from because of these holes in the eyes. Because again, this is the Skull Island. So let's take a look here. Well, he can't move. Let's just get him up that direction. So we're going to shore up this one first. Okay, that's 1 action. And then we're going to go, let's just do boom, boom like that for 2nd, 3rd action. Not very exciting. All right, so now we're going to draw some cards here for the red player. All right, let's draw these. Chalice, and look at that, no waters rise. 3 turns, no waters rise yet. Let's go back to this guy here, and we'll take a look at this. So this is going to do Crimson Forest, and one more is the Temple of the Sun. So Crimson Forest and Temple of the Sun are right next to each other. There we go. So that is the red player's turn. And then we're going to do, of course, the messenger's turn. And I showed that a second ago. They can transfer cards wherever they want. Now, let's just gonna refresh my memory here. They can give, so you can't just you don't take them, you just send them. Okay, so and he is here. So this could be an issue if we lose all those and kind of break it apart. Now, some of these maps are interesting. I'll just do this for fun here. People are watching. You have these different maps with the these are printed out from the German game, and then you can see I chose here Skull Island. But we've played around, you know, like this Bridge of Horrors. You know, you lose that one in the middle, then you're screwed unless you have the diver and stuff. So the maps are pretty interesting and kind of keep it interesting. All right, so we're going to do messenger here, and let's just do move there and shore these 2 up. More shoring than moving. All right. So we kind of repaired that island a little bit. And then now we're going to draw some cards, and we're going to go back over to here. Oh, there's a water rise. That's no good. And then we're going to draw a chalice there for the other card. So when we go the water rise card, we're going to take a look here. We're going to go up there, and we're going to raise the water level. And now we're going to, unfortunately, have to shuffle, all of these cards that we've already drawn. But thankfully, we've got a lot of these, so the chances of losing something it's there, but so we're going to shuffle these up here. And then we're going to draw now 3 cards, because remember we have the water level's gone up to level 3. Oh, I should put this in the discard pile. Shuffle this stuff up. And then we're going to go ahead and put this back on top. Now we're going to pull 3. So what do we got? We have Lost Lagoon is the first one, and then the second one here is Gold Gate and Cave of Embers. So let's take a look. Lost Lagoon is somewhere. Oh, it's a goner. So that's a bummer. So he's going to come out. See what I was talking about earlier? So that pathway's gone. So now we're going to take this card and that tile out. And Cave of Embers, I feel like, yep, oof, this is harsh. Well, here's the thing now. This isn't too bad because now we don't have to worry about getting over here at all. There's no treasure over there, so I can just leave it. And then the Gold Gate, where was that? Oh, this one here, where the diver's at. Okay. So that's that. That was the messenger's turn. So now we're going to go back to the green player, the explorer's turn, and they can do diagonal movement. And they are up here, and they have 2. Let's go look. See, they have 2 lions up there, and then the red player's got 1 lion right down there. And the red player also has 2 chalices. Yeah, you can only hold 5 cards. So let's do this. So the green player can give him 2 of those. I'll have to discard an ember probably, and then they'll be at 5 cards. So if we have him move diagonal over here, so that's 1 action because he can move diagonal. We can do the second action to transfer between, and then we shore up this one here. So we'll shore that up, and then we'll go back over here. And so he's going to give these 2. Let's get this stuff over here. So the red player now has 3 of those, and now that since they have a 5th one there, that's got to be discarded. So that's going to get discarded out. But now he's 3 away, and the other nice thing is that this right here by the place where you can get that treasure there. So red's in good shape. Yeah. Okay. I was just thinking. Now I'm looking over here at the sandbags. You can see the green player's got a sandbag. And the messenger's got a sandbag, and you can use that whenever you want to shore something up, but there's nothing really worth shoring up. The only thing that's sinking here are these 3 tiles, and that's fine. Okay, so that was the green player's turn, excuse me. And so now we're going to draw cards for the green player. Oh, another lion. And another water's rise. Whoopity-doo. Alright, so we'll go back here. This is going to raise again. So now you can see we're at 3 there. And then we're going to go back here. Oops. So this is just this is only 1 card we have here. So this is going to get shuffled and then go back on top. So that one's going to sink. And let's see here. So that's going to sink. That's going to come out. Now this guy can go to any adjacent spot there. All right. Let's see. I guess I'm standing up. Everybody's looking at my waist. Okay, so he can now go to an adjacent spot, and let's take a look. This is moving to the treasure. Okay, so now we're going to do second and third, Cliff of Abandon and Crimson Forest. So Cliff of Abandon is up here. That's going to come off, and the Crimson Forest is where? Where is it? Oh, right here. Okay, there we are. Alright, so there we go. So that was the green player's turn, and now we're going to go to the black player's turn, the diver. And you can see up there they have 2 globes, and an ember, and a helicopter. And let's see here. So they're way down here, kind of in useless land. But they could helicopter themselves. We've already got, I mean, it's too early to be worried about, holding the helicopter to escape the island, but so he could helicopter himself somewhere useful. And he's got the 2 globes and stuff, but let's just put him around people. There's not a lot of treasure down here. There's the chalice, and there's the other chalice over there. So we're going to go ahead and use the helicopter. This also clears up a little bit of room. And so he's got two. You can see there, two of these and one of those. So he can go up here, and then he's going to clear that or shore it up. And then he can probably give these here like that. And I'm spacing out here. Did I play something wrong? Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Give a treasure card. Yep, I did. I just realized that I played something wrong because I gave some treasure cards. On the last turn, I gave 2 treasure cards to the red player. Let's see. I moved up here. Oh wait, I moved down here for 1 action. So I shouldn't have been able to shore up this one. Okay, let's make that legal. So yeah, so I gave 2 for 1. You can only give 1 card per action. So I just realized that. So that's not shored up yet. All right, so sorry about that. So now the diver can give just the 1 card now. If we go over here, yeah, okay, my fault. So why would he? Oh, I was going to give it down. Oh, I got it right. I was going to give the 1 here, so screwed up. All right, back on track. So that's how it should be. All right, sorry about that. Got confused. So that's the diver's turn. Now the diver is going to draw 2 cards. So, oh, there's a chalice and that. Okay. Now the nice thing is we still have a fair bit of cards there. I'm trying not to look at the bottom. But so we've got 1 more water rise in here. And then we're going to be in okay shape. Alright, so now we're going to go down to this spot. 3 cards, the Temple, the Moon, and the Silver Gate, and Temple of the Sun. Okay, both temples. This temple, and this temple, and Silver Gate is this one here. Not a big deal for that one. That's okay. Okay, so that was the diver's turn. Now we're going to go to the engineer. Their turn. Okay, so they've got 3 lions and 2 cups, and the green player has 1 lion. Okay, all right. So the red player's here. He can do a 2 for 1. All right. So what this is tricky. So I could have him go 1, 2, and then he can shore both of these up for 1 action because of his special ability. I might need to do that now because we have. I probably should. That's the safe thing to do because I already have one of these treasure locations with the lion removed from the game, and if we lose that one, we'll lose it. So 1, 2, and then you can double these up for 3. All right. Now he's going to draw a bunch of cards that he doesn't really need because he's full. So maybe he draws a lion though. All right, what do we got? Okay, so that is a globe. We're just going to discard that. And okay, there's a water rise card. Yay. All right, so we'll go back here. We're going to move up the water rise. He goes to 3. And then we're going to go down to here. We're going to shuffle. How many are in here? There's 4 in here. So we know that probably at least one of these globes is going to sink. And hopefully it's not one that you can see there's this one here, but this one up here is shored up. So you can shuffle this up. Different camera. Alright, put those back on top there. Go back to our ham cam. So Silver Gates, Temple of the Sun, it's not the one we wanted. And the other temple. Alright. So this is gone. This is the Sun. And the Silver Gate are out. So both of these are gone. And then Temple of the Moon is like that. Okay, I should have played this 2-player, and I might have won. Alright, so that was the red player's turn. Okay, so now we're going to go to the messenger turn. Now the messenger, what do they got? Let's get rid of my head. Alright, So the messenger's got a cup and 2 globes, and they could send the globes over to the diver. They've also got the sandbag. So let's take a look back here. Alright, let's take a look. So I could send 2 globes, sandbag this one, and that doesn't cost an action. And I don't even need to send it. I'm standing on the same place as the diver. So that would be 2 actions, and then the sandbag, and then I can try to move here, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's just do that. So we're going to go back here. So 1, 2 actions. That, and that gives them some room to draw some cards too, which is good. And we're going to go back here and look at this. Actually, let's do this. Because sometimes I stand up and you don't need to see my waist. So I sent the 2 cards there, and now I'm going to sandbag this one, which I can discard this, put that in the sandbag, and that was, I still got an action on move over there, nothing special. Alright, so now we're going to draw 2 cards. Worst card, helicopter, not so bad, and an ember, that's good, so he can kind of be the ember guy. That's good. There's a lot of hand management here, you know, with the who has what cards and all that kind of cool stuff, because you've got a hand limit of 5. Okay, so that was the messenger's turn. We're going to go back to here. We're going to need to draw 3 cards. Crimson Forest, and Observatory, and Misty Marsh. So the Misty Marsh is going to be out of the game, which is not the end of the world, but we're kind of at the point where we want to draw, you know, tiles that we have, because when you lose a tile, then you lose the card from the deck. So we're going to do Observatory and Crimson Forest. So Crimson Forest here, and Observatory is where? Right here. Okie doke. So there we go. So that was the messenger's turn. And now we're going to go back to the Explorer. We're going to go to their turn. So they've got up here Ember and that Lion. And I could give the Lion to the Engineer. That's going to make me lose a chalice though. Yep, what do I do? He's been useless this game. Because I've only had to use his ability 1 time. Well, let's see, what do we do? I can go 1, 2, and then give him the thing, and then we know on his next turn, or 1, 2, and then we know on the red player's next turn he can get the treasure. So let's do that. So he can go, actually 1, I'm confusing the red and the green. The green player's turn. Green player, excuse me, can move diagonal. He can give the Lion here, which makes the Engineer discard his 5th card. And that is 2 actions. And then he can go ahead and he can spend that sandbag up here, and then he can shore up. Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on that sandbag. He's just gonna kind of move down here like that diagonally. Okay, so that's his turn. So now he's gonna draw 2 cards here. Let's see. 1, 2. That's good. Those are ones that we need. And then now we're gonna go back here, and we're gonna draw 3 cards. So 1, Howling Gardens. That's in the corner. Cave of Shadows, that's up there as well, and Breaker's Bridge. So these 2 are going to start sinking. And Breaker's Bridge, right there. Okay, that was the green player's turn. Now I've got the diver's turn. Now the diver has those 3 globes. And the ember, he could give the ember to the green player. Let's see. Alright, so let's go back here. So the diver can go shore that up 1, 2. Then they're in the same spot. They can swap stuff. Yeah, why not? So, bam. That's the diver's turn. That was quick. So he's going to draw 2 cards. And he's going to have all kinds of stuff here. So there's a chalice. Alright, so I got to get rid of one. Well, I just get rid of it. And there's going to be a lion. We can get rid of that because we know that somebody's going to get rid of that. So, alright. So that's that. So we can go back to here and then draw 3 cards. So the Iron Gate, the Bronze Gate, and the Copper Gate. So let's go back to here. Let's see, the Iron Gate, the Bronze Gate, and the Copper Gate. That's looking dicey there. Okay, so that was the diver's turn. Now we can go back to the engineer. Of course, the engineer has 4 of these, and they just have to move over to the Howling Garden, which is here. So they're going to go 1, 2, discarding all of these cards here. So now we're going to take and give that to the engineer. So the engineer has got that treasure. So that was 2 actions. Oh, and they can do the 2 for 1. So now this is going to be useful. So let's shore both of these up for 2 actions. This one it doesn't really matter, but any 2 is good. So that's that. So now I got to shuffle up these cards here. So again, I've got my water rises, all 3 of those back in here, and that's no good, of course. So let's shuffle these up. Trying not to cheat as I shuffle the cards. Okay. Okay, so 2 cards for the engineer. Card number 1. Oh, whoopity-doo, a lion. Yay. And, oops, a chalice, which is good. Because we don't need the lion cards anymore. We already know where that is. We found it. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 cards here. So 1, Whispering Gardens, which is where? Not right here. I thought that was gone earlier. Oh, ooh, we don't want that to sink. Fool's Landing. And final one is Tidal Palace. I guess I should go back here. So I did this one and this one already, and then Tidal Palace here, which we don't want to go away. I've got one here though. So that was the red player's turn. So now the messenger's turn. Messenger's got 2 helicopters and an ember and a, what do we got back there? So the messenger's here. Well, why don't we just shore both of those up? All 3 of these. Yeah. 1. That has to be shored up. 2. And we'll do this one since it's kind of a nice pathway back for everybody. That's 3. That's all they really did. Now what I could do is it's going to be the green player's turn next. They have a globe up here that they could give the diver, and the diver could do that and capture that. So I don't want to move any of them around. I was thinking I could use the one of the helicopters there to get somebody around, but I don't think that's a good idea. I don't really see anybody that I need to fly. I could fly the red player. I should do that. Let's do that because we only need 1 helicopter to escape the island at the end. So we're going to go ahead and spend this one, and then we're going to discard that, and we're going to send the red player now. I mean here, because this lets us shore these up, but I don't think so. I'm going to put him here because just in case we need that chalice spot. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So now we're going to draw 2 cards for the messenger. Uh-oh, water rise and a sandbag. Oh, I should have done the water rise. I don't have the sandbag yet in my hand. Cheating, but whatever. So now we're going to go back to here. This is going to move up. Uh-oh, this is going to go up now to 4. So now we're getting into dice zone. And now we're going to shuffle these cards up. And now we're going to have 4 come off the top. Okay. Let's take a look. Alrighty. I'll go back to the old cam. And we're going to see 4 of these come out. So 1, Breaker Bridge, Whispering Garden, Cave of Shadows, and Copper Gate. So let's take a look. Breaker's Bridge is this one. That's going to come out. Whispering Garden is the one these guys were just on. Cave of Shadows is this one. That's not good. Is that the only ember spot? Yes, it is. So that's the only one we can get the little fire thing. And the Copper Gate is where? Oh, that's that one. So that's out of the game. Okay, it's sinking around us. This was a skull. If Respin 4 is wondering what the shape was, this was based on a variant in the German edition. You can print it out. So it was a skull. Okay, whose turn was that? That was the white player's turn. The engine. So now we're going to go back to Explorer, the green player up top there, and he is here, and he can transfer now. Let's see. He's got a sandbag he could probably throw down. Okay, so he could shore up this one and this one, and then he can transfer his globe to the black player, the diver. So let's do that. Alright, so he's going to shore up this and this because he can do diagonal. Okay, put these back. And then we're going to go back over here. He's going to hand off. That gives him his 4th. And then he's got to figure out which one he wants to discard. Oof. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 embers in play. 1, 2, 3, 4 chalice in play. Well, there's more turns here. And he can probably give that away. And he's got 2. So we'll get rid of the ember. Let's do that. Okay. So if we take a look now, that was the green player's turn. He's going to draw 2 cards off the deck. Chalice and Ember. Perfect. Wait, those are the 2 ones that we really need. Okay, so now we're going to draw some cards here off the top of the deck here. So we're going to draw 4 of these now. So we're going to do Iron Gate. Let's just go back here. Hey, you can see there. So Iron Gate, which means this is out of the game. So 3 more. And that is Howling Gardens there. And this one goes down. 2 more. And this is Crimson Forest. That's this one. Not a huge deal. And 1 more. Tidal Palace. Ooh, that's a bummer. So he's going to have to come off there. Oh well. So now we only have this spot here for the Chalice. And that was the green player's turn. So now we've got the diver, and you can see they've got 4 globes. So we're going to go back here, and where's the diver? So he can move 1, get the globe. That's 2 of his actions. But then we should transfer. He's got that chalice there. The only person he's with is with the diver. Now the diver's already got. Oh, I'm sorry, the explorer. The diver's got a chalice. He can hold that. Oh, I don't know. What should I do? All right, let's do this. I can do this here. Here we go. So the explorer here can slough off the sandbag. Okay, so we're going to put that over here in the discard pile. And hello, Jiri? Podcasts? Which podcasts? I don't really do many podcasts anymore. You mean with Lance? Okay, so I sandbagged, which means I can hand it off. And so the black player is going to hand off to the green player now. He's going to hand off the chalice. So let's arrange these a little bit. So I've got three of those things, and 2 chalice up here. So now he's got the 4. So that was his first action, actually. And now we're going to move up here. Second action, discard all of these for our last action, and then we're going to take the globe and put it on the diver. Yeah, no plans with Lance. It's tough to get our schedules going and stuff. But he's been doing. If you watch his channel, he's been doing like a weekly thing with some different folks. I was on there a couple weeks ago, but he's got a lot of people. Sometimes there's like 10 people at once on there. They just kind of randomly chat and stuff. But I don't really plan on doing. Well, we don't plan on it. We talk about it all the time, but we don't have any plans to do it. That's kind of the problem. Yeah, so there we go. So we got 2 out of 4 treasures now. And that was the entire turn for the black player. So we'll go back here, and then we'll draw 2 cards, and we get a lion, which is worthless, but it's better than a water's rise, which we don't want. And so we'll go back down here, and we're going to do this here. So we got to do 4 cards. So Temple of the Moon. I can do this here, actually. We figured that out. So Temple of the Moon, no big deal. Say 1 more. Bronze Gate, which is here. 2 more. Fool's Landing. Oof. And Observatory, which comes out of the game. So that was the diver's turn. Now we have the engineer's turn. And they have 2 chalices. And they are here. So what I'm going to do, easy. 1, 2, and then I can clear 2 of these. So I'm going to do 1, and neither of these really matter. I guess this one. This is the eyeball, so he can go around that. It doesn't matter. All right. So that was the red player's turn. He's going to draw some cards. He's going to draw 2 cards. Come on, Chalice. Nope. Come on. Yep, I figured that was coming. We're a little bit due for that. So that's a Water's Rise. So now we're going to be up here, the top of the 4. Whoops. There we go. And now we're going to go back here and shuffle these cards up here. And then draw 4 of them. All right. Number 1, Whispering Gardens. This one goes. Number 2, Bronze Gate. That's that one. That's okay. Number 3, Alley Gardens. That one's gone. That's okay, because we already got the line. Ooh, Fool's Landing. Okay, that was the red player's turn. Now we'll do the messenger. And the messenger has... Now he can send now. The messenger can send either of those, even if he's not on the same tile. So he's got a sandbag and the chalice and the ember. So he could probably sandbag this. And then he can send the ember to the green player. Because if we look at the green player, oops, he's got 3 embers and 2 chalice. And then this guy here's got 2 chalice. And he'll only have to discard 1 chalice. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to do the sandbag from the messenger there. So he's going to sandbag that because of course we need that to fly off the island. And then he's going to send now. He's going to send his ember here. That's the fourth one. He's going to go next, so we're going to discard that chalice. That was action 1. Then he's going to send this chalice here. So now the red player's got 3 chalices there. So that was action 2. So if we go back here, we should probably shore up. Well, the green player's got to get up here to the ember. So let's shore this up. Yeah. I could screw us. If we get this one, that's going to put us in a world of hurt there. And there's no more sandbags. So there we go. All right, so that is the messenger's turn. So he's going to draw some cards. He's going to draw 2 cards. There's that. There we go. We're in good shape. The evil water is not against us. But we do have to draw some of these things. We've got to draw 4 of these. So Cave of Shadows. Actually, oh, we could still get screwed there, because if we look here, none of these are in here. So this one is in the deck. Alright, so that's going to screw that one up. So 3 more. Crimson Forests. That goes bye-bye. Temple of the Moon. Shoot. 1 more. So he can now choose to go here or here. Oh, we got a helicopter. I got a helicopter. If we look over here, no big deal. We've got a second helicopter, so I can helicopter the green player over. So he can get helicoptered now. It doesn't matter. So that helicopter's spent. And then the diver's going to go down there. So I got 1 more to do. And this is Phantom Rock, which is this particular spot, which we're on. Okay. So that is that. Now we're going to go back to the green player. First action he's going to do, of course, is get the treasure. But now I'm just realizing, how do I get him back? No, I like Forbidden Desert better. But I just did this one. I like this one a lot. I played this one with my son a whole bunch. And so there's sentimental value here. But so he got this treasure. But yeah, I'll probably do one of these on Forbidden Desert. I'm kind of struggling with the technical part of this. It's really tricky. Like, you got to have different settings, and I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras right now, and then when I first was doing it, I had them like all high def and it's streaming super high def. I mean, 1080p. Everything now is probably 720p. But it might be showing as 1080p for use, but I'm broadcasting it at 720. There's all these bit rates and things you got to do, and it's kind of a pain. And they get out of sync. Like this main camera you can see up here, that's kind of your overhead view. That one is the highest quality that I have. I hooked up to my best camera too, but it has like a 1.5 second delay and all this stuff, and I've got to sync up all these other things. So this is just a simple game. I can get everything in one camera almost. I don't even need these extra cameras, but so I'm just kind of doing the technical demo, even though I've already done it twice. Okay, so that was his first action, was getting this. But now I've got to get him home. And I use that helicopter, and he can't swim like the diver can. And if this sinks, he dies, and then we lose. So I have to use pretty much the helicopter now to get him off and hope we draw a helicopter. Which isn't... Well, I can look at the discard pile, I think. I don't remember if that's cheating or not. Yeah, see, I know there's 3 helicopters in there. And if we look down here, you can see there's the 2. If I use the 3rd one, then I've got to wait to go through that and reshuffle it. But there's not really a way around it. I'm just curious if there's more than 3 helicopters. Let's take a look. I'm going to read the rule book here. Yep, 3 helicopters, just like I thought. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and have to do this helicopter. And that's going to get the green player over to here. And so he's only taken the 1 action, so I can shore up both of these tiles here because he can shore up diagonal. All right. So that was the green player's turn. Now I could have, instead of that, let's go back here. Because the green player, you can see, has the chalice, I could have transported him back here to the red player, and then that way the red player can get that. So that would be one action there, and then this one wouldn't be shored up. This one would be. I think I'll do that. Okay, so let's move those back over. All right, so he doesn't need these lines anymore. Okay. That is the better way to do it. Okay. I think I didn't cheat. I'll go back and watch it on YouTube later. See if I cheated. That's the green player's turn. And now he's going to draw 2 cards. Ah! Alright. This is not going to be Water's Rise. Alright. Okay. So now we're into 5. What did he do? That sucks. All right. So these will get shuffled in a little bit. These, are there 5 of these? Oh, so there's 5 of these anyway, so I don't really need to, well, I need to shuffle them, but I'll go ahead and flip them now. So Phantom Rock, Cave of Shadows will be gone. This will be flipped. Bronze Gate will be gone. And Whispering Gardens will be like that. And yep. All right, so now I need to not cheat and remember which one of these is which. You ever try to shuffle 2 cards? I love these games where you're like, you have 2 cards, you're like, shuffle them. And try not to remember which card will help you. Usually shuffle it and then give it to somebody else and they shuffle it. Okay, so now we're going to flip these off the top like they came out. Okay, I was just trying to be efficient. So that was the green player's turn. Now we have the diver's turn. And the diver can move as far as they want for an action, so they can move all the way to here for one action. Now we just need now the chalice here. So we need the red player to go 1, 2, get that, and then somehow live. So the diver was here, so we're going to go like this, 1, 2, or 3, 4, 2, 3, I should say. This is going to be one of those. I've had a game, 1 or 2 games, I think, where you literally there's like 1 tile left or just the 2. That's great. All right, so he's here. He did his 2 actions. Now it's just luck, right? So we got to shuffle these up, and he's going to pull 2 cards off it. And we don't want any. We just really, at this point, we don't want any Water's Rise, and we wanted somebody to draw a helicopter. That's basically what we're doing. So we'll shuffle this up here. All right, let's go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. So what do we got? Okay, worthless. 1 more. Okay, worthless. Now the red player is going to do their thing, so they needed to go 1, 2. They need to trade in their chalice there. So we trade that in, and then we have the chalice. So the red player wins because they have 2 treasures, and the other players have 1. All right. So that is the red player's turn. So now we're going to draw. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Let me back that truck up. I never drew off the top of this deck, and there's only 4 cards in here. Whoops. So we're going to do this one, this one, this one. Oops. That's one I just did. Watchtower. Oh, that's over here. And this one. And I forget what happens. Dunes of Deception. Oh, that's way over here. I forgot that was even there. I forget what happens when you run out, because I need to do 1 more card here. So let me just take a quick gander at the rules. Just give me a second here. And yeah, okay, you just reshuffle them. I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe you lose, but nope, you don't lose. So we're going to reshuffle this now. So now, if we draw the Coral Palace here, we lose the game. Okay, let's put that back down there. So right here, we're going to draw the Coral Palace. Or don't. Okay, Doom's a Deception. So we actually drew that twice on the same turn. So he goes bye-bye. Okay, whew. So now we do the red thing. And he's still here. So that's the whole same thing happens. But, 1, 2, yeah, he doesn't have a third action to do anything. So that we're in a good shape. So now the red player, we're going to draw for him. Sorry, I was catching up there. Sandbags. Oh, I can throw that down. Well, save that. I'll save that one. Helicopter. Yes. So now we just need to get everybody to this spot. Dang it. Alright, so now we're going to do Messenger's turn. So I might as well shore this up and then move here and shore this up. So we keep the deck full of cards. And then they're going to draw 2 cards. Hopefully no Waters Rise. Alright. And another one. Ah, crap. I'm going to lose this one by the skull. I don't normally do that. So there's that. Which means we would go here and shuffle up whatever's there, but there's nothing there, and put it on top. So we're going to go back here. Now we're going to draw 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't really matter. Watchtower. Phantom Rock. Coral Palace. Whispering Garden. And this one. Oof. We're getting solo in the deck. That doesn't really matter what happens. We'll drown. Oops. Okay, so that was the Messenger's turn. Now we're going to do the Explorer's turn. Oops, this shouldn't be here. So we'll go back here. Explorer, we'll do 1, 2, 3. Just to keep things up. And he's going to draw 2. Would be nice if we got a second helicopter. If we get a second helicopter, we win, because we can helicopter him instantly, and then we can play the second helicopter. So, oh, crap. Watch this be a helicopter. Oh, we're definitely secured. So that just puts that up to the skull. Dang it. Where's the helicopter? Because then, yeah, we still had to go through the black player's turn and then the red player's turn, and we would have been able to get them. So, sandbag, there, no, helicopters are way buried. Alright, that was close though, that was good. Close game. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Did that really take me 50 minutes to go through a game of Forbidden Island? Wow. Oh, anyway, well, thanks for watching, and this will be on YouTube in a little bit, and hopefully that was okay, and this quality and audio and everything was okay. Thanks for coming on late at night. Just wanted to do this when nobody was watching, really, and try to check it out and see if the changes, were consistent through a whole long broadcast and everything. So, anyway, thanks, guys.